What's really good, posters? Welcome to another episode of Love, War, Challenges. I am MTV Malik. He is Tyler Louder. She is Becky at Gift Master Bex. And of course, we are joined by the one, the only, the Stan, the man, the myth, the legend, Antonio, a.k.a. the Bananas Defender. What's really good, gang? What's shaking with y'all?
What's up?
Chilling. Becky, how you?
I'm good, just chilling like a villain. I swear, you need to stop with that extra ass.
No,
intro for
he has to
Antonio,
keep it.
because you look at him and he gets so his ego is so big with
Be
it.
excited.
He needs to chill. Hey,
It's
Joe.
fun.
Facts, it's fun. Tyler, how are you?
I'm sad.
What,
Oh.
what's wrong today?
He needs tissues and a lot of wine.
What's wrong, buddy? Is everything okay?
I just don't like seeing my favorite go out early. That's all.
Oh, you
Well,
poor
you know,
thing.
It
He's
happens,
butthurt.
it happens.
Yeah. I'm good.
I just want you to know we are here for you. We
Yeah.
support you
No, we don't.
Yeah.
100%.
You guys are all gonna shit on me all episode. I just know
Yup.
it will happen.
Not even. All right. Before we jump
I thought
into
you
today's
listened.
episode, we are brought to you by Josh's Tears. One bottle of the. God, I can't fucking stand this guy. And I said, like, we was going to take it easy on him, but he makes it so easy to be dislikable. Do make sure you visit shopthechallenge.com for all of your customizable challenge gear. Make sure you visit shop.lwcpodcast.com for all of your Love War Challenges gear. Before we go ahead and jump in, Becky, anything juicy's been happening on social media or anything we need to get on before we jump into this episode?
I mean, nothing really super important. Just it looked like Lolo and what's her face, Nicole, got into a whole discussion about how it was unfair that people were against people that were much bigger than them, and she tried to allege that Cam's like 40 pounds heavier than her. Like,
Is she?
no,
I mean,
there's no way.
Nicole looks like she's like 115, 120.
But she's got a lot of muscle. I mean, that girl has muscle on her, and that could be really heavy.
Yeah, but tone without mass is really just looks good.
She's a firefighter. That means she had to
Facts.
lift up heavy ass shit. There ain't no reason to say that she can't, be able to body Cam. And Cam bodied her. So at the end of the day, she lost.
She
She's
bodied
fucking
someone
salty.
with one arm, so like I wouldn't brag about that.
Huh?
She bodied someone with one arm. I wouldn't really brag about that.
She bodied her to hurt her arm. That's how her arm got hurt, dumb.
All right. Before we go ahead and move forward, big shout out to the Challenge Unbothered Facebook groups, our home group. Love you guys. Love to see you in the chat. Who do we got today? Kevin, what's up? Jack, what's shaking? My man Joe, what's good? Pam, I see you. Irving, what's popping? Antonio Paisano Jr. I don't know who the fuck
That's
that
me, asshole. Go fuck yourself.
is. Not tonight. I'm busy. Nadine, what's good?
tried.
Whitney, what's good? Glad to see all of you guys. Real quick, how do we feel about Lolo? I love Lolo. She has accomplished a lot. She is a beast, and I'm seeing a lot of Lolo hate. How do you guys feel about the Lolo hate?
I don't
I-
like how she tried to shame Cam with the fact that that whole situation happened. That was the one thing I didn't like. And I think Lolo's actually done pretty well at keeping a low profile, especially
most
during the
part.
episodes.
Twitter wasn't having none of that shit.
I mean, I love Lolo, especially as a competitor more than, there for drama, because that's what she is. She's there to compete. And I feel like definitely on the female side, we need more female competitors that are there to actually, compete instead of there for the free vacation. So I'm all in for Lolo. I think she gives great to the show. So as long as she's around, the better, the happier I am.
So more Lolos, less Angelas.
Yes.
I
you guys
like
hear-
Angela.
I like Angela too. And I shouldn't have taken that shot. But Faith is getting her own show.
She is?
Yeah, I saw something about that. On
Oh,
some
Jesus.
Yeah, she's kind of been in the news a little bit because I guess the people from her Vanderpump show, I guess they're still like getting canceled, and now she's getting a show. I don't know
Yeah.
what kind of show it's going to be. I think it's still in development. But yo, big congrats to her. Big ups. Can't be mad at that.
Yeah, they accused her of, I guess, drugging and
Yeah,
stealing
stealing
guys.
Mm.
Stealing from guys, like, because she was black with a weave, and they assumed it was her, I think is what she said, that they were doing. So, yeah.
Fuckery.
So they got canceled, and they got kicked off of their show. And I'm not surprised that Faith got one out of it. Let's see how she works it, though. She is full of drama, so it might be entertaining.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready to get into it?
Let's get into
Get it.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. I am so ready. My body is ready. You guys ready?
Yes.
Antonio, what are you looking at on your phone?
I don't want to talk about it.
He's
You on Tinder?
No.
Bumble?
Oh,
No.
He's taking selfies over there. Did you
No.
see him earlier? Like,
I was no.
fixing
So
his
I'm a
hair?
degenerate.
He swears
No.
he cute.
No,
He swears he cute.
So I have money on the Nuggets -3.5, and they're losing by
Who are the Nuggets
5.
playing?
The Kings.
Okay, yeah. That's not a bad bet. What's the spread?
-3.5.
What you bet?
It's a parlay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Now that's the only
I-
one. That's the only thing I have left. And of course, they're gonna fuck me. So.
you know what? Big congrats to everybody. You're getting to see the start of a really bad gambling habit.
Oh no, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You are all witnesses. All right, you guys
All right.
ready to get into it?
Let's get into it.
All right, bet. Back at the house. So in this first block, we got three main things that went on. That's Kyle turning the house against Fessy, and Fessy versus Kyle. CT and Big T bonding, and Cory getting his whole shit blown up by Fessy, where he exposes what goes on in the chamber. Let's go ahead and start with Kyle versus Fessy. Kyle comes back. He's victorious. Instantly starts turning the house against Fessy. Where do you think Kyle stands at right now? He has a gold skull. Where do you think he stands at in this game? Is he a big dog, mid-tier? Where's he at? Tyler, kick it off.
Well, it's also because of his team, but him paired up with Cam, they're big dogs. Although Cam isn't known for being one that wins tons of dailies, that's one of her weaker points, at least in my opinion. And Kyle doesn't either. But if this team can, they, as we have seen in the past, are willing to play with vendettas, and they will go after somebody on just like personal beef instead of playing a smart move.
And Antonio.
Kyle and Cam as a team, it's gonna be fun to watch. I definitely feel like they can get damage done. I know I'm probably the minority, but I think Kyle is a very good competitor, and I know a lot of people think Cam is. So I feel like the way they'll work, it might hurt them in the end, because I feel like they play more emotionally than strategically, because I feel like they will go after someone who, like what Tyler said, they'll go after their own personal vendetta, then do what's best for their game.
And Becky.
I think Kyle has always been more of a political player. And Cam is also more of a political player. So I think, Kyle always to me was mid-tier. He was never an elite, but he's never like one of those people that's like a toss-up or like a layup.
2 finals.
Well, he's mid. I think he likes to skate on the people that like him. So he has a tendency to fly under the radar a lot. So I think that if he gets into eliminations, he does well. It's just, I think he's still more mid-tier than a full-blown elite competitor. I think he's got a way to go if he wants to do that. But I do give him a lot of props for his political savvy. And I think him and Cam are going to be a force.
I'm not gonna lie, everything you said was describing Cam as well, at least in my eyes, like to a T. Like, no, I'm being honest, but like, if we're being honest, like everybody loves Cam. Everybody loves Cam because she's kind. And
Nah,
okay,
not everyone.
when I say everyone, I'm obviously don't mean 100%. Like 99 still means
The
everyone.
people that have taste.
It's the people on Twitter, the people on social media, they love Cam because they live vicariously through somebody that speaks their mind and is not willing to put up with shit and everything like that. It's something that everybody wants to do in their life, and Cam lives it and they enjoy that. But realistically, she is also a mid-tier player, just like Kyle. They're the exact same player. They leech on to stronger players, build alliances with them, and then skate their way to the final. And they're both pretty good in eliminations. And don't roll your eyes or anything. Cam leached to Kara, who's a better player, and helped her get to a final. Kyle did it with bananas. Kyle also did it with Kara too, I guess. So
He definitely did it with Cara.
Spin. Oh man, you must have been holding. How long you been holding that
No,
one?
that was just,
He's big mad. Cam has him flustered and
See,
frustrated.
Tyler was late today, just thinking about that whole sentence in his head. He's like, you know what? Prepare first, then I'll join.
You know, one of my favorite moments from the whole
My
big
little
Kyle
book.
and Fessy fallout was
Okay,
I
Laurel.
love how Cam tried to take control of the situation and try to break the whole thing up. I thought that showed a lot of maturity, at least there. And I think that might be really, really good for Kyle. Let's stay on with Fessy. Fessy leaks to the group that what the big reveal is. I try to rationalize this, and I spent way more time thinking about, like, hey, what was going through his head? He must have thought that, like, somehow this is going to benefit him in some way. And I don't really see any benefit whatsoever. It would have been better if he told Kyle, I voted for you because you know what? I woke up today and decided I fucking didn't like you. Or I don't have to tell you why I voted for you. I just don't trust you. He could have said anything besides of what the actual reveal was. And in doing so, alienated Cory, which in turn is probably going to alienate Nelson a little bit. What do you make of this this fucking reveal Fessy did for the group?
yeah. Can I ask a question? Because
God.
I'm sorry, Antonio, you watched Big Brother, right?
Yes, I did.
I thought Big Brother people are supposed to be really good, like socially and like politically. What is
Fessy-
going on here?
Even in Fessy's Big Brother season, he was clueless to everything. He was supposed to be a comp beast, couldn't win shit, but he was just clueless. He was on the wrong side of the house, and he just wasn't really there. And just liking Fessy and Big Brother and seeing him on the challenge, I like him. But it's so hard just seeing him be this stupid. Like, I feel like I'm a Nelson fan right now. Just watching Nelson be stupid every season.
Nelson.
All right, well,
He is
Fessy's gameplay right now, it's a mess. He's relying on, yeah, I'm the biggest guy here. You're not going to want to go against me, and that's going to carry himself to the final. That's in his head. That's what he thinks. So he thinks he doesn't need a social game, but the way he's handling this game, it's going to hurt him more than it's going to help him.
I am curious to know what Anissa thought about this. I am surprised that they didn't show
see
her
a reaction.
reaction to this. I think Fessy is believing his own hype. His ego is getting way too big. He needs to slow down. Yes, he's a good competitor. At the end of the day, I think he just needs to stop acting like he's the shit and like he can't be beaten, because he's been beaten, because that final beat the crap out of him last season. So he needs to humble himself.
Exactly. He might end up being a guy who does really good in dailies, really good in eliminations, but won't win the final because, you know, he doesn't have enough stamina or something like that, or he's too heavy.
Exactly. I think he just needs to stop with the hype thing. He's on a hype train, but I am upset that they did not show Anissa's reaction, because Anissa is pretty much the brains of that operation.
What did somebody say? That Anissa isn't familiar with winning.
I said that
And
last
this
week.
is who you
I
got
said that last week.
as the brains. It's probably not a good move. Let's go ahead and move to something a little bit more lighter in the A block, and that's Fessy
Hey, Tyler.
and CT getting their bond on. We saw really, it was really cute. They come up with little nicknames for each other. I think it was Fuzzy Bear and Hawk. And CT thinks he might be able to work with it. How did this bonding, these two coming together make you guys feel? Becky.
I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry. I was reading something that
Fuzzy Bunny.
Oh, Fuzzy Bunny. What did I say?
Oh my God.
Bear.
Fuzzy Bear.
You made it too
Yeah.
intimidating.
yeah. He's not a bear. He's a bunny. He is very much a bunny. But no, I thought it was really cute and really sweet. A Big T inspires a lot of almost Big Brother feelings, like not like Big Brother but little sister kind of feelings, where I think the guys want to protect her and they really want to be there to kind of boost her up, because they know that I think she gets underestimated a lot because she is so small. So I like it. I think it's going to be a good combo. And I'm really, really, really am praying and hoping that the competition doesn't get to CT and he becomes an asshole, which every once in a while he does with female partners.
Antonio.
I love this duo. Just to see how the both personalities are gonna match together. It's like fun, because Big T is like this lovable person. She's like always energetic. Then CT is like, yeah, I'm gonna lay low, do my own thing, whatever it is. But now like the way they're gonna like just mesh with each other, I'm just excited to see how long they stay partners and how they vibe with the rest of the house as a team.
I feel like Tyler is going to say everything I want to, but go ahead, take it away, Tyler.
He is.
Oh God, his face.
No, I mean,
It's in his book.
I like this partnership. I like how they're meshing on, chemistry wise. I think CT is one of the best partners you could have in a game, just supportive wise. And I think what he needs is somebody that's very vocal with him and kind of directs him, because sometimes he gets lost in his emotions. And I think Big T is perfect for that. I think the names is hilarious. I mean, it's everything meshed about this. This was like this is like the start of like a rom-com where you're like, these two aren't going to be together. And then they fall in love in the end. Like,
Okay, so all right. I guess I'll be the one to say this.
You
CT
hate it.
is getting the raw end of the no. I don't hate it. I love Big T. Big T is lovable, very positive. She is probably one of the most affable people to come on the challenge in a long time. But she is almost universally just loved. Everybody likes her. What is there to dislike about her?
I mean,
And that would be her performance.
I haven't seen anybody say anything bad about her.
No, it is not even bad performance, but it's not going to be up to snuff. This is probably going to explode in a terrible way, because if she start costing CT's dailies, CT is going to have to win some dailies to keep herself safe. But most likely what's going to happen is she won't be able to keep up. And once CT goes in and gets his red skull, at some point, which is going to happen, he's going to ditch her.
Yeah, but the thing is though, wait, I just lost my train of thought. Oh my god.
oh, I'll jump in. I'll jump in.
Fuck.
He was paired up with Veronica, so he obviously can't get any worse. Like, he's already moving up. I'm being honest. Even Veronica back in her heyday, I don't think she would be exactly what Big T was right now today. If Big T played 15 years ago, Big T would have a couple championships in my eyes, because she's likable and she is a decent performer.
Right, and she could easily find a way on a winning team and just skate right on there.
Yeah, she's political.
I remember
Yes,
what I was gonna say.
she's
Now.
political. I don't think she's a bad player, but you got people like Lolo Jones, Tori, Cam. When it's all said and done, you put them all at the starting line of a final. That might end well.
I remember. All right. So what I was gonna say was, speaking about Big T being universally loved, what might hurt her is that a lot of people love CT. A lot of like old school challenge fans love CT, and if they see that Big T is costing CT of winning, they can easily just turn on her and be like, you know what? Big T's not cut out for the show anymore. She's just there for a lovable time. And that might make people turn on her, but hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully she has all the love still going towards her, because I love her.
We have a Facebook comment that would kind of almost like deny that, because Irving just said that somebody in Challenge Fan said they hated Big T and he was dragged to oblivion. Like,
well, that's now. I'm saying give it a few weeks. If Big T's closing CT, just don't be shocked if people turn on her. That's what I'm trying.
I was going to say, I started giggling when I read that when Antonio was talking. I was like, oh, people don't think I'm actually laughing at Antonio when I'm laughing at the comment. So I don't think Antonio is that funny.
all right.
All right, let's go ahead and move on.
Wow.
So last thing I want to touch on in the A block is Cory's feeling of betrayal, being the last one to know about this big reveal.
This guy screws over so many people every season, and he's constantly backstabbing people and constantly going back and talking shit about people that are close to him. Of course, karma's going to hit him in the ass. Of course. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's quite okay. I love it when we're on the same page. Anybody else got anything to add to that?
I saw a comment on Twitter where it's like, I finally realized Nelson isn't the problem with TYB. It's Cory.
No, but Cory has a reason to be mad though. Like, if Fessy's gonna tell the house, tell your alliance first. Tell the people you're close with first. So if Fessy were to get in a heated conversation, like he did, his friends could back him up. His friends could be there on his side. Because at that point, it was Fessy versus everyone in that room. It was Fessy versus Kyle, Wes, Devin. If Fessy tells Cory's by his side. Cory can help defend Fessy's reason to like say that, and that's a less blood on Fessy's hands, because he's telling other people, not being, oh, this is my big secret. Here you go. Take it as you want. So I understand why Cory's upset in a way.
I'll be honest, out of the three of TYB, I would take Nelson over Cory in the long run.
No.
Yeah, I would too.
I think Cory is an overall better competitor, and he's better in finals, in my opinion.
I just hate
TYB
TYB.
with a lot of people in the house. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the daily. Challenges are all outside on a fucking glacier somewhere in Iceland, and all of a sudden, Optimus Prime rose up with nuts on the side. This one looks like it's going to be good. Today's daily is going to be called Roadkill. Very simple, and I can't say this enough. The simpler things are on the challenge, the better they are. We got a truck going 50 miles per hour. There's no harnesses. Throw each other off of the truck and fall into a net. Sounds really good in theory. I was very, very excited for this. Now, we all seen the daily. We all seen how it shook out. A couple of things stuck out. One, this was dangerous. I don't think harnesses would have helped that much.
No.
But when multiple people are getting injured, it's safety first, you know?
Yeah, but the way they got injured, though, I don't think it was production's fault exactly. I mean, the way...
Whose fault would it be?
I mean, the Coles thing was a freak accident.
Yeah, but...
It's... the only one I can understand is Liv, because the way I think she hurt her arm was how she landed on the net. But and that was only one out of the whole cast. Nicole got... that was like a physical thing. I can't really blame production for the way Nicole got hurt. So it's like one person. I mean,
that's still one too many.
One too many.
Yeah, but they've done worse stuff though.
I feel like but that doesn't make it okay. Remember when Brooke Hogan sat out because she was like, "Hey, this daily looks a little bit too dangerous. People are getting hurt." Anissa got her ankle broke.
Yeah.
And you know this one's a miss. And don't get me wrong, I can forgive some of it because I know they're trying to be ambitious and they're trying to give us a great show. So I'm not here to spank them for it, but we've seen this. It doesn't work. Don't bring it back. Great idea, but you got to find a way to make it just a little bit more safe. Maybe put them on a platform, battle it out like American Gladiators. I like that they're trying to do new things. I like that they're trying to keep it exciting. This one was a miss for me. You guys feel differently?
I'll be honest. It was a great idea, but not a very good execution. The lack of harnesses just screamed way too dangerous for me. Now, mind you,
there was enough net where the harnesses didn't really play a factor.
I'm not saying, but the thing is had they gone, this could have gone wrong had they gone like backwards, which is what he said. You fall off in the back, you're dead. You're falling off the freaking truck.
Yeah, but they're fine.
But hey, I'm just saying, by all means, I am a worst case scenario person. But the thing is there was no padding. I mean, for all we know, that's metal you're crashing somebody into. Now, mind you, I guess it's the same when you're in the ring and you're throwing yourself like onto the floor and dirt. But Nicole got really messed up for falling into that. And honestly, I got to give props to Nicole because her arm was all the way out of socket. She's like, "Can I get a doctor? Because this is not supposed to be like this." Like, I would be in the corner like, "Ah, my shoulder," and she's just like, "Dude, help! Let's
just be happy they understood what she meant by her bone coming out. Because not that people don't understand her.
Well, here's the thing. I like New York accents, but hers is hers is so grating. It is so extra that I'm like, I literally want to tear my ears out the minute she starts talking.
No, she's like, hers like more of like a Staten Island accent more than New York itself. Because I have a Brooklyn accent, not really New York, I would say. So like it different. It changes by borough.
I'm not from New York. It's all the same to me. So I know that's not politically
what are you trying
correct
to say?
for the people who live in there because y'all different boroughs and y'all don't claim each other.
We take pride on boroughs.
But I'm just saying it's all tomato. But anyway, Tyler, I'm sorry we interrupted you. What were you saying?
No, I know you're fine. A big thing here though is that Nicole wanted to pretty much stop the competition and get her shoulder checked on, and Cam said no, let's just keep going. She clearly knew she was hurt, and Cam saw that as an opportunity to potentially get an easy win and go against somebody with one arm instead of just going, okay, maybe I won't get the win today. It's okay. Let's care about this person and move on.
Hold up. Nicole didn't say I quit.
No,
Nicole should have said stop. Nicole should have said stop. I quit. She said hold on.
Cam, stop.
She said
stop wrestling. She said hold on, stop. But the thing is the time's not stopping. If your shoulder's out of socket, DQ yourself.
She tried to. She said stop.
No, she couldn't. She didn't DQ herself. And at the end, she's like, you know what? There's only a few more minutes left. Let me battle this out. Versus saying, let me just DQ myself. I'm hurt. Why am I continuing this fight?
All right, hold up. That confessional is a post-daily edit.
Yeah, but she said it. She's like, you know what? Let me just keep going. That's what's in her mind. I'll just keep going. And when she should have just said, refs, dude, hey, I'm done. Cam wins. Because I'm hurt.
Professionals, they're narrating what's going on, so like they're just trying to build what's going on. So we don't really know what was really going on in her head. There could have been 30 seconds left for all we know, and they were like, "What? Just say this so it fits our episode."
Well, Cam's like, "I don't know what to do, dude, but we need to either finish this or you need to quit."
No, she said, "Come on." That's all she said. She said, "No."
Well, do you see how panicked she was because she was running out of time?
Wrong with that though.
I mean,
she was running out of time. She was trying to win. I'm sorry. If I'm trying to win, either you quit and DQ, or we keep going and fuck your shoulder. You decide.
Yeah, but if she's injured, like, I've been in wrestling for a long time, and we've wrestled people, and a lot of times we're in the same weight class. You have to wrestle the same people over and over again. And no matter how bad you hated somebody or how bad things got, when somebody's injured, you kind of just stop. Sometimes things get bigger than the game. I know everybody wants to win the money. I know it's cool to be cutthroat, but if somebody has a legit injury, you kind of just let, even if it means you're taking the L kind of on this one, for which Cam did, kind of gotta let it go. She should have eased up.
I mean, Cam also has numbers in this game. I'm pretty sure this win would have changed her gameplay. Like, she has numbers. It's not that much of her winning is not going to impact her game or not.
She just wants to be in a position of power, which I don't blame her for.
Leroy is, so she won.
I mean, she didn't know Leroy was going to be in a position of power at that point.
All right. I think we all said what we had to say on that one. Any other great moments from this daily that really stuck out to you?
Yes. Leo holding his own against Darrell. No, all right.
Leo's
Look
a
at
wrestler.
size. Looking at size-wise, yes, I know he's a wrestler, but Darrell is supposed to
I
be...
believe in wrestlers.
Darrell is supposed to be this big guy. Everyone has like high expectations for him coming into this game. And Leo, who's I think the smallest guy in the house right now, besides Michi, I'm not really sure how they stand like toe to toe. But to be the small guy and to hold his own against Darrell, I gotta give Leo some props right there.
He has technique. I believe in wrestlers. You put wrestlers against most people who are not wrestlers, wrestler every time. I knew at minimum that it was at least going to be a stalemate.
Yeah, Darrell's a boxer. Like, if you ever watch MMA and there's like, oh, this guy's a great fighter and everything, great stand-up, but he's going up against a wrestler. It's like, oh, that wrestler's going to take him down.
But in the first episode...
Remember when James Toney entered into MMA and got washed the fuck up in like a minute and a half? It's just, you got to believe in wrestlers.
But still...
Tyler, what's your favorite moment?
So there's a couple moments that are really good. I like that everybody's talking about how Lolo is such a dominant competitor, and Teresa is no slouch. Teresa does well against everybody, and Lolo just finished her. Like, it was a nothing. Like,
yeah.
And you gotta also think of height-wise, size-wise. There was no way.
I'm gonna say Teresa and Lolo are the same weight.
Well, I can probably say they're the same weight, but she's got a dominant height.
I give Lolo the over Teresa though.
I'll always give Lolo more of an edge over anybody in this game.
But same weight class is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I guess.
Becky, your favorite moment?
Was it Natalie who was like doing some wrestling moves, or she was picking the girl up by the legs and trying to swing her around?
Nani?
It was
Nani did amazing. Technique all out the window, but Nani, oh man, she had some fight on her.
She's
and
a scrapper.
I love to see it.
She was very scrappy this episode. Yeah, she definitely put up a fight.
The best moment was probably like CT asking Fessy if we're friends now. And I'm gonna
Did we just come as friends?
I'm gonna say now, when a guy twice your age holds you to a stalemate, that's got to be a shot to your ego.
Yeah.
Give me a hall brawl. Give me a hall brawl, please.
Next week?
No, those two.
Hopefully next week.
CT was getting flung to
I
some
see you, Jack.
degree, but he only had to stay on. I really liked it when Josh got Wes off, but Wes had enough awareness to make sure he kept his foot on and compared it to the football toe drag. So I really, really loved that. And he did get the win. So
did you hear him? I watch football every Sunday.
Yeah. Definitely got the toe drag down.
What else is good?
What, you got one more for us?
No, he's thinking. Let's move on.
Michi toasting Cory.
I don't want to hear his comment.
Yeah, we're done with Antonio.
All right, fine. I'm just gonna fuck myself.
All right. So when it's all said and done, Leroy and Kaycee gets the win. I'm not even exactly 100% sure what was the criteria for all of this. I guess it was like a last man standing.
Both players had to win,
Fastest.
and then the fastest out of the two, I think.
All right. So during this, Liv gets injured. Nicole gets injured. They come back to the house. Nicole is gone. Nicole's stuff is gone. It's revealed to us that she's injured, won't be making it back. This is the first time Nicole doesn't make a final. It's the third season. She's been to 2 finals already. She doesn't make it.
But
how do we feel about
it is the third season in a row she has not been eliminated.
Oh, I like that. How does Nicole leaving early make you guys feel? Do you guys feel any kind of way about that, or is it just tough shit?
It sucks though. It sucks seeing people leave early, especially because of injuries. It's like the worst feeling because you never really know how they would have played out in this game. And Nicole, the last one was a final too, right? Where she got her injury. But yeah, like it just sucks. But if it's like if you leave the game through like fighting or some shit, I don't really feel bad for you. But if it's injuries, it's like it just sucks.
I mean, what I really found is that she was crying more about being sent home than she was when her arm was like hanging by like a thread. I was like,
Facts.
like, you know what? Did I feel bad when she's crying? Yes. Am I kind of happy that I don't have to hear that voice? Yes.
Hey.
Again, you don't have the same accent as her, Antonio. If you did, this would be a very different podcast because I would probably like kill you half.
He just talks.
I mean, you want to kill me regardless. So I mean,
he just talks slower. That's all it is.
He enunciates and pronunciates correctly, but
I try to sometimes.
But yeah, no, with Nicole, I see her as a very strong competitor. She's irritating in personality and her irritating in voice. That's really what it is for me, and I'm sorry.
And Tyler, any parting words for the dear Nicole?
It's terrible for the show. I think she's a great character. I think she brings entertainment value. It's like the same thing like Nelson. Like even if you like call Nicole like irritating, it's entertainment. Like without her, we don't get all those Devin's comments of I love my partner, but I have no idea what she's saying. Like I have a jacked out toddler, like stuff like that. But I like the way Nicole plays the game. She plays the game in my eyes better than anybody else. I mean, I don't know everybody said it, but from what I know, the fact that she goes, you're the best. I want to take you to a final and then beat you there. That's what she wants to do. She doesn't take scapegoats. She doesn't go the easy way. There's no layups making it far for her. She plays the game as a competition. And I like that. And it's going to suck without her there because I wanted to see her versus Lolo in an elimination.
That would be fun.
Definitely love that about her. Love that about her. Let's go ahead and move on to CT versus Kaycee and Josh. So at this point, Liv already comes back. I guess Kaycee is taking too long cooking up her pizza. CT is getting impatient. He wants to make his egg casserole, whatever the fuck it is.
Egg quesadilla.
No, she was opening the
quesadilla.
oven. She was opening the oven while he was trying to make it because she was getting
letting the heat out. Very petty, very minor thing, but things gets a little heated. CT goes, takes a walk to have his his after yelling at a female cigarette.
He wasn't yelling at her though.
No, he wasn't
honest.
yelling. It wasn't that big of a thing. Now, Josh, feeling overprotective, decides that he's going to approach CT. Tell CT, hey, you know what's going on with you guys? You know, she's very upset. Yo, she's in there crying right now. And the CT's like, oh my God, she's in there crying. Oh, I must have taken this too far. He goes in, he apologizes, make nice, gives her a kiss, and he goes, I'm sorry, you're not crying. And she's like, no, I'm not crying. Josh said you're crying. Josh, I never said you're crying. You're upset. And the challenge guys decides to go back, rewind the whole thing to show Josh telling CT that she was crying.
What a bitch. You know,
Preach.
Do you want to know what I saw? So like if you put it on mute, you could have some really cool like internal dialogue of Josh looking and going, I need a rival. I need a rival. I need a rival. I need a rival. That's all it was. That's all it was. He just wants a tough guy to be his rival. That's all it is. Because he doesn't, he just wants to keep coming back. I
have a question for you guys. Why was CT so hostile to innocent Josh, who was bothering nobody, just checking on the welfare of his friends? What the hell is wrong with him?
Wrong with who? Wait, wrong with who?
CT, for being so aggressive towards Josh.
Oh wow.
Josh
You
is
don't even
the-
believe that.
question.
How you're
Josh-
able to say that with a straight face? I
Josh
have
is
no
the
idea.
new Karen.
Yes.
Like I don't know how to answer that.
He's
Yo.
being sarcastic, Antonio.
I know, but like I was
Exactly.
trying to think of a sarcastic answer. I was like, I couldn't think of anything.
Now, you guys remember during the first trilogy, and everybody, the whole thing was everybody
Yes,
wants to
Jack.
beef with Kara because they want to be teamed up with Kara at a later season. And I feel like Josh is all of those people who is trying to do that rolled up into one, but he doesn't have a specific person. He has Wes, he has CT, or anybody else who would give him the time
Well,
of day.
now Devin, apparently. I
Well,
would say.
it's anybody who will give him his screen time. And the thing is Wes is smart enough to be like, I'm not a rival for you. No.
He said it in
And
confessionals.
He's like, I'm out of here. Like, even like his name was mentioned during that whole fight, and you could see him, like, I think he even heard his name. He's like, nope, that's Josh's voice. I am staying out of it. I don't even care.
Right.
And
Yeah.
CT engages, but at the end of the day, he just finds him funny, so he just laughs at him.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't take it too seriously. Josh is a camera whore in the worst way.
Wow, you just typed that too.
Can we
Wow,
talk
you're
about-
good.
And I told you that.
Can we talk-
I had that one in the chamber.
He was waiting.
Can we talk about Devin and like I wish that somebody would have been like, say it louder for the people in the back, but Big Brother sucks. Like
All right, am I the only one here that likes that tolerates Josh and hates Devin?
I don't.
I
You
like
hate
Devin.
Devin
I hate
because of
Josh, but
bananas.
I don't dislike Devin.
No, Devin just personality just bothers me. I just can't stand him.
Team,
You know what?
Hashtag
I will
team
say
good
this.
guys.
What?
Listen, going into the season, I was convinced. I was like, Devin is boring without bananas. Without
is.
bananas as his target, he is going to be boring. This episode, though, I mean, his partner going out, he had no control over.
Let's say
But this
times
episode,
nine.
he was very entertaining.
Okay.
Very entertaining.
Last 2 seasons Devin was on, his partner was in jeopardy of going home early. What did he do both times? Picks
the
on-
context is different. The context is
Yeah.
different.
Picks
very
on
different.
one person for the whole entire night.
Yeah, but
was bananas, though. It doesn't even count. Him and
he
Bananas
already had a
history.
pre-existing beef. He already had a pre-existing beef. The whole situation was really hot. The context is different. This one, he just said, "I'm gonna fuck with Josh
Okay,
and see
but
what
that's his entertainment though. His entertainment is picking on other people. He has
What
no
was-
other
hey,
way.
wait. Shush.
But he
Wait a
doesn't
second.
pick on good guys.
What? Tell me why he was throwing out a math problem. Like
Because
what?
Josh is too dumb. That's what he's trying to say.
No, because I felt like there was some context there. It was like,
did you hear Josh say 72 at all? Nope.
I'll be honest. I was like, what is 9 times 8? And I did the good old finger method.
Hey, that's true.
When Josh goes
Devin
into
is-
elimination and wins something, I have a little bit more respect to him. But the way he plays the game, he plays like a pussy. His social game is god awful. Even though he has made, it looks like he's made some real friends in the house. But from every time he's entertaining, for me, is very, very annoying. Very annoying.
What?
I don't think he takes the challenge serious enough.
Josh or Devin?
Josh.
Okay, I figured.
No, I think Josh does.
Do you remember?
I-
do you remember
I
that
just-
one time that Josh tried to fuck Amanda, and
Oh,
she told him no?
Absolutely.
Well,
it was glorious.
I don't think he. Did you guys see
Glorious.
Josh's Big Brother season or no?
No, but I heard he was annoying on it.
No, he's this.
Yep.
Didn't
Josh
he run
is-
around in a tutu and make plans
wait,
together?
Yes. Josh, like the way Josh was on Big Brother and the challenge, I do not see a personality change. A lot because he just acts to say like, yes, it might be for the cameras, but at least his camera personality is consistent. Some people go from show to show and they change personalities or season to season, and they change their personality just to suit their cast. He is the same person on when the camera's on.
Do you know what? Do you
he's
know
the
what?
same
That's the
person.
business.
Do you
of
know
the
what
reality
show?
Stars.
Do you know what show Josh should have been on? Bad Girls Club.
These are
I've never
facts.
seen it.
These are, he would be perfect.
He's,
He's
a
fucking
fit
beast.
perfectly in a Bad
He's
Girls
a
Club.
he's a male Angela is what she's trying to like.
No, Angela's better.
No, Angela's
Well,
way
I'm
better.
pretty sure Angela has one more eliminations.
Yeah, that's true.
These are facts. But you know what? I don't want to sit here and just dump on Josh. Devin deciding Devin decided to make Josh a target. Not knowing what we know later on in the episode, is there any benefit to it? Is there any strategy behind it? Or is it because at first it just seemed like, oh, Josh is annoying, I'm just gonna go fuck with him. Tyler, what's your take?
So, the easiest way to kind of get somebody in the show, on the challenge, is, they're secluded. They're in a house. They have no social connections outside of the house. They're living with the same people every day. Mentally weak people are easy to break. And Devin knows that. So he does that. Anybody he can get to mentally break easy is a win for him. Now, everybody's going to say, like, oh, he's just picking fights. That's all he does. No. He said it's guerrilla warfare. He's trying to get in their head. Josh is only going to focus on him. And if Josh
doesn't have the numbers,
it doesn't need the numbers. If Josh is going to steer away from his alliance's plan because he has a vendetta against Devin, because he's that emotional of a player, Devin wins. He takes a vote away from wherever they're going next time they vote. It doesn't matter.
That means
But let's
Josh
be
has
honest.
to win, though. If Josh doesn't win, Josh
high
can
risk,
control.
low reward.
Well, let's be honest. At the end of the day, Josh is showing everybody around him how weak he is because of his level.
He's fucking the Incredible Hulk around security.
Well, exactly.
There was
But-
4 guys between him and Devin.
He gave his
Back,
buck
hold me
up.
back.
And Devin's just in the corner, like, chill the fuck out, dude. Like, I gotta say, I have a lot of respect for the way Devin handled it because he's like, this is so stupid. All I said was Big Brother sucks. Like, now everybody's having a gosh darn heart attack.
But that's the
disappointment of
editing
the house.
core, though. We don't know. Devin could have said more. We don't know what fully.
You're right. He did say 8 times 9. You're right. He did.
Yeah, he kept repeating, what's 8 times 9, Josh?
These are facts. All right, let's go ahead and move on to deliberations. All right, so
I got some news for deliberations.
Oh, God.
all right,
Tyler,
I
we
heard
give
some
you
stuff
major
too.
Laurel vibes right now with that book.
Yes. Devin starts it off. He eyes Cory and Tori, which completely blows everybody's minds. It's a logical choice, yes, but they know good and damn well they don't have the numbers to pull that shit off. Apparently, there was a cam vote that helped sway things. What did you guys make of this deliberation? Becky, kick it off.
I think, honestly, Devin tried, and it was a
Yeah,
pretty
you
good
tried
attempt.
it. You tried it, sweetie. I think he gave it his best, and I think it was his best shot, but
He did really well, honestly, in all things really considered. I think he did a good job. It really didn't work out in his favor, but yeah, it was just a clusterfuck of shit. And honestly, Cory really kind of showed his ass when he really kind of betrayed, as much as it is like, no matter what Wes is and no matter who Wes is, he has never betrayed TYB. He's never betrayed Cory. And the fact that these people are all ganging up on him is really fucked up. I'll be 100%. And I'm not even the biggest Wes fan. Like, I think he plays really dirty sometimes. But in this case, I'm 100% on Wes's side. It's a ridiculous clusterfuck of shit. And I think Cory is really kind of also becoming a little bit too Fessy, believing his own hype.
yeah, but why play with Wes? What does he really bring to the table? Yes, he's strong.
Loyalty.
Yes, he's a good mastermind. Yes, some people think he's loyal, but he has a reputation for not. And a lot of those people are idiots. But I don't think they really had a real shot at pulling this off.
I mean, I'll be honest, when I really, really think about it, I don't remember Wes ever really stabbing anybody in the back.
Here's what everybody's going to pull up. They're going to pull up Fresh Meat 2 when he convinced Kenny and them to send Danny into elimination. The reason why is, if you watch the show, actually, Danny was checked out of the game. He was missing his girl back home, and he just wanted to go home, and he needed an out. And so Wes gave him that out. He was mentally checked out. That's all. So everybody throws that back there. But Wes doesn't. Yeah. Wes doesn't throw people like every season, and at the very end, we'll cover this, but he covered it. But when he wins, he does not throw in his friends. He stays loyal to the people he gives his word to. If you're his number one or your number two, you stay in that order. That's how it goes.
Okay, so I have this theory. Well, going into every season for the last 15 seasons, who is enemy number one, day one?
Wes.
Bananas.
Johnny Bananas. No matter who the cast is, for the most part, okay. Johnny Bananas is enemy target one, day one. Let's get him out. And that's, for the last few seasons, that's TYB's target. They except for last season because of whatever, because of the format. TYB needs a new target. The big guy in the house, the two main guys, three, Darrell, CT, Wes. CT last season showed that I don't know if he's still capable of holding his ground because of how he lost to Jay. Darrell has been gone for, about a decade? No.
Oh.
I was going to say Darrell being in this whole equation, as much as I love Darrell, Darrell's not in this equation.
No, I'm just saying just big guys in the house, like known veterans with a status behind them. And then there's Wes. Wes, who worked behind his last season, showed that maybe Wes can slither through new alliances and find his way to a final. And that's why they're going after Wes. Do I think going after Wes is the right choice? No, especially for TYB, because last time we've seen Cory and Darrell the same season, didn't Cory send Darrell home? So wouldn't he want to take Darrell out first?
All right. So, and Tyler, I know you want to touch on this. Paul says, he say, in Fresh Meat 2, he was supposed to work with Darrell. I guess some people really forget how they did Wes when he first came into the
Fresh
game.
Meat 1, man.
Fresh Meat 1, he
Tyler,
was.
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
Yeah. Fresh Meat 1, Darrell was a part of that veteran alliance that sent Wes into 5 consecutive eliminations. That included going against his best friend Danny, his best friend's fiance Melinda, and going against his own girlfriend Johanna in the first 3 eliminations. So come Fresh Meat 2, Wes wants to get Darrell out because Darrell's the best final runner in challenge history, in my opinion. And he owes him one. He owes him 5, maybe more potentially. So no, he got him back easy. Now, I have some dirt for this deliberation that wasn't showed because I viewed an Instagram live after randomly. I never do this.
Wow.
Wes and Devin was on, right?
Wes and Devin. Apparently, Cam told the whole house Leroy wants Devin. So vote Devin in so Leroy can have him. And that swayed people like CT and Big T to vote Devin in instead. And she said, if you don't vote, they know who won't vote for them. You will go in if you betray what Leroy wants.
And this is Fessy's mouth fucking shit up, because if they didn't know that going in, they probably would not be able to pull it off with such, to get Devin in.
I mean, they could have, because they known Leroy always had the choice if he wanted to go in or not. So I mean, they just wouldn't know where the votes went. But if Leroy wanted Devin, I'm sure Leroy would have got Devin if that was.
I'll be honest, Leroy probably was swayed by Cam to not go into.
He's a puppet.
Tyler's very angry today.
I'm being disrespectful to Cam.
No, I'm crediting her. You say she's a great political player. I'm saying she's running Leroy's game for him.
Oh, okay.
She's playing player 1 and player 2 at the same time because her little brother can't hold a controller. Like,
given that controller does not plug
If
in.
Leroy goes down, though, do you think he wins or no?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got speed. But let's go ahead and jump into the vote. So Kaycee and Leroy go in to get to see who's voted for them. Wes also makes a plea. So 2 things I want to touch on there. One is the distrust between Kaycee and Leroy, and 2 is Wes trying to cut a deal. Let's start with Wes trying to cut a deal. I said this before, I say it again. I hate to see Wes like this. I hate to see Wes grovel or have to beg or keep making deals. I wish he could do so more from a position of power. These pre-alliances he's making before he's going in the game aren't working for him as well as they should. Last season was kind of a fluke. What happened. It's a big twist in the game. But it really just hasn't been going his way that well. At least not since War of the Worlds. Which was that?
One. You mean final
War of the Worlds 1. So what do you guys make of Wes groveling for, to be saved again? Antonio.
I don't know. I think Wes is just finding himself in a tough spot. He just has a bad reputation, and just by him doing the same thing over and over again, it's annoying because like every season we hear Wes is in my DMs. Wes contacted me before the season started. But I don't know if you guys know this. This was last week. Wes went on live and said for next season, 37, he's taking it off supposedly. I don't know if it's true or not. Like, I don't know if he's gonna change his mind, but as of now, he's planning on taking 37 off.
He changed his mind once, and that didn't go well.
Exactly. So like, who knows what Wes is like? What's going on in his head? Maybe he's saying that coming to 37 with no pre-made alliances and just hoping to start fresh. I don't know, but I do think that's what Wes needs to do. He has to go into a season with no pre-made alliances, show people that, you know what, I'm here to make alliances day one. I'm a free agent. if you want me under your wing, take me.
Becky?
It's always sad to see Wes kind of lowering himself to look like he's begging into these situations. But I think at the end of the day, it almost wasn't begging because he was talking to his friends. He considers Leroy a really good friend of his. And
15 years, apparently.
yeah, I mean, geez. But Leroy is friends with a lot of people. But I think Leroy has had such a history of bad things happening to him and him getting screwed over and, you know, almost tasting the final and then, you know, all this stuff. So I think I understand where he's coming from. It's, you get to a certain point like Sarah did, you know, when Sarah threw in bananas. She was sick and tired of coming just
You gotta
short.
switch the game up, do something explosive. It's going to be your only chance. I feel like Leroy's at that point too.
Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. And I see a lot of desperation in Wes's eyes because I think he really didn't think he was going to be the top, you know, person that everybody was going to go after this season because he had so many friends on the season.
No bananas. Tyler?
I don't have a problem with this. It's not because I'm a West fan, but like, here's the thing. People that are bad at the game don't try and play it to its fullest. People that are good at the game will take risks and accept losing when it happens. So Wes is playing the game. For anybody that's saying it was like pathetic or disappointing, and you guys are and everything like that, I disagree. I think he's actually playing the game, and he's such an entertaining person that they're willing to show that conversation of that. There are guys like Thomas, or sorry, not Thomas. Oh my God, what's his name? Joseph. Oh my God, it's not a big team moment.
So you get big team moment, you don't remember his name.
That guy's not a player in the game. He doesn't play the game. He's not a political mastermind. He's not going to try and, you know, manipulate situations. He just is there, and whatever happens, happens. We see these guys all the time, and they don't return. Wes is one of the best strategical players ever, and it's because he doesn't stop plotting. If he stops plotting, if he stops plotting and just like does dailies and eliminations, he's Derek. And he then in that point, he doesn't, I'm sorry, I'm not taking a bad shot. I know it sounds bad, but I'm just saying there's a reason why Wes keeps getting cast. And it's because he plays the game to its fullest at all times. He doesn't sit back and just hope it all goes well. Like that's not, so that's what I'm saying.
He is Mr. Let's Make a Deal. So
Yes. He's a shark. Even when he's sleeping, he got to keep swimming at all times. All right. Let's go ahead and move to the crater, the elimination.
Nice.
Today's elimination.
are we going to talk about Leroy and Kaycee not trusting each other at all?
You know what? I was thinking about that, and then I decided, I don't really give a shit.
I mean,
probably going to.
It's gonna show more in the future.
I just have one thing to say about that, though.
You know this?
No, I'm speculating.
Oh, okay.
But I have a question, like a good comment. So prior to last week's elimination, wasn't Cam with Josh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you would think the Big Brother Alliance and, you know, Cam and Leroy would work together since, you know, they're kind of like intertwined and partner-wise. So
I was drawn.
I'm assuming
drawn back about that.
Like, I'm assuming, I guess their partner. Wait, once they change partners, their like partnership itself broke up, which I kind of find weird because in this game you want numbers, and if you had that week one, wouldn't you want to continue it throughout the rest of the season?
You see the format now. I feel like partners are just for dailies at this point.
But still, you still want numbers on your side. Why wouldn't you want to like talk to make sure you're on the same page? And at least like I get because they can Leroy had numbers, but do a little double dipping. Might as well see where numbers lie. Maybe late in the game might benefit them.
Because of the way this whole game is set up, it really is. Because usually with partners, you have to rely on your partner because that's the person you're stuck with the entire time. So at this point, the ability to switch partners or, you know, get stolen, it does cause a lot of situations where now I don't know if I can trust the person next to me. I may not have them as a partner next week. I'm not going to tell them my deep, dark secrets because then they're going to go to another team member and then they'll share that and then they'll use it against me. So I can understand the need to be more reserved.
Yeah.
But it is leading to a much more dirty, disastrous game that could really blow up in a lot of people's faces.
But to talk about who you want to go home, I mean, your partners for that week, that shouldn't be really secretive. Just say, yeah, this is where my head's leaning at. I really want Wes to go down. Where do you stand? And if Wes knows, at the end of the day, who cares? Because at the end of the day, they're the two that makes the call. It's not a house vote. It's Leroy and Kaycee that make the final decision.
Hey,
He's gonna make sure his do look good.
hey, I'm just. Let's go ahead and move on to the elimination. The
Gets
credit.
lost. Great.
All right. So everybody lines up. Devin is going in. Now, all we see is pose in the sand. We don't really know what we're going to get. TJ asks Leroy, does he want to come down? Leroy says he wants his gold skull. And then he does an action in complete opposite of what he just said and says, not today. Like, he didn't watch the last season and didn't realize that maybe this isn't something you should wait for, especially knowing that it's going to be limited and that there's going to be people left over just like it was on the island. He declines, and then he decides that he's going to send in Wes. Now, him and Wes are supposed to be friendly, not exactly working together, but friendly. He's going to send Wes in against his friend. Wes comes down. He's hurt. He's hurt. This elimination is called, I don't remember what it was exactly called. Anybody remember?
I got you right now. It was called Snapping Point.
Snapping Point, thank you. Which is basically, this is Looper.
I was gonna say it's reverse tug of war.
It's Looper. Or reverse tug of war, even better. Which is always a good game. Hey, two guys in a rope, go hit a button. I definitely like it. Wes didn't get the win this time. Devin beats him out. Devin got the wins over Johnny Bananas and Wes.
And Zach, another challenge champion.
And Zach. Didn't love this. I didn't love this because Wes isn't having fun. This game is a lot more fun when Wes is having fun, or at least in desperation mode. I can watch that. This one, he looks like he didn't really want it.
Yeah, you can tell he wasn't motivated at all throughout this season. Like he didn't want to be there.
Wes usually is motivated by winning and being excited to being, for winning, or rage. He's pissed that he's in there at all. And
but even more than pissed, I feel like he's sad.
Well, no, I don't think he's pissed. The thing is I don't think he's even upset. I think he's hurt, and I think he's upset, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go against his friend. It's almost reminds me of Kellyanne and Evelyn, when Evelyn let Kellyanne win. Yeah,
but she was more blatant about it. I don't think Wes would ever be that blatant about it.
I don't know.
I think
he definitely didn't try.
Here goes the question: did Wes have this coming? Antonio.
I mean,
what, the blind side?
Just all of this coming.
I don't know.
This moment is obviously seasons leading up to this. You can tell he's kind of had enough.
See, like
the way his game is being played.
With Wes this season, though, I feel like he's more like a lost puppy. He really is not in the loop with anything. People are lying to his face, telling him, "Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it." He has in his head
the game.
Yeah, but I think it's the first time where I've genuinely seen Wes clueless. Because when Wes plays this game, he knows he's either the target or he knows he's in good control. This season, it's like he doesn't know. Like he sees that he's on the short side of the votes, but he finds false hope amongst his friends. Because this season, Wes has a lot of friends on this season. CT, Darrell, Cory, Nelson. He's done season with so many. He's done season with so many of these people before, so it's hard to see Wes just be like so devastated on how it's like he's being let down by his friends.
Can I say, and I think you kind of are trying to touch on this right now, Malik, on social. I don't know if Wes will ever win again. I'm gonna say this right now, and it's sad to say, but
he won't.
I think he's too successful in his personal life to have that drive to win that other players have. That doesn't mean that money doesn't drive him in some way. Like obviously if he wins, that's money, but I'm just saying like in this situation against Devin, like he knows every reason Devin's there. He knows what Devin's going through. He knows what the money could do for Devin versus what the money does for him. And I think those thoughts do go through your head. I mean, come on. we've all had that thing where like, you know, you're playing with like your best friend, you're playing pickup basketball, whatever, just one-on-one, and you know that they just like got dumped by their girlfriend or whatever. I guess this doesn't work for everyone.
Oh no, fuck that! I'm winning.
No, but you do though.
But like, all right, bro, I just beat your ass. Is gonna be it on me.
But I don't know if he'll ever win again, and I think these formats that are allowing just so much looseness, and like the worst teams aren't going directly into elimination anymore. I don't know.
It's a new era for the challenge that a lot of these big time vets have to adjust to. It's tough because I think I said this last week. In past seasons, the middle era of the challenge was always non-existent. It was always rookies and big time vets. Now that middle group is continuing. They're now seasoned enough to be those vets, and having that bad taste and having that same routine with all of them, it just gets old. They see how you play, and it just ruins it for them.
Yeah, but Wes,
the problem is these big time vets, a lot of them are just assholes. Big time vets now are people like Cory's, people like Nelson's, people like
no.
Torres.
That's what I'm saying. They're the first middle era to just become full time vets.
But also the way that things have changed, it doesn't benefit the whole. Hey, we're the vets. Smack around.
No, yeah. There's no more vet alliance anymore.
It doesn't work like that. Now with gold skulls, and now with switching partners, it just doesn't work that way anymore. I do believe that if Wes finds himself in the final, he's good. He's just as good as anybody else. But getting there has gotten so much harder. And don't get me wrong, Wes has been good at this. Like we talked about before in his first season, getting thrown in 5 times, winning 2, really against all odds. I mean, go back and watch the season that he's won. I mean, he's fighting tooth and nail. I mean, Wes has come from, I think this is reminding Wes of the beginning of his challenge career, of just being pretty much loathed by a lot of people, knowing that you're smarter, knowing that you're better. And I think it brings him back to that a little bit. I just hate seeing Wes like this. But I also think Tyler's right. Him winning another one is going to be tough. But if he makes it just like Bananas and just like CT, if they're in a final with you, it's a real toss-up.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Wes fan, and I think Tyler knows this. Like, I can't stand Wes. Like, I guess last season was more tolerable because I guess he was working with Bananas. Like, I understood his gameplay. Even going into the season, I had literally no hopes for Wes to win. But this season, I actually felt bad for Wes. I was like, wow, like it just sucks seeing someone go through all that and just be torn apart. So Tyler, I know I feel for you in a way.
But that's called empathy. You're able to see that he's hurt. And that's the saddest thing because he's a person too. I know we watch all these people on TV, we rag on them, support them, but you know what it is? The guy is hurt and we feel for him. And there's nothing wrong with that. Becky.
It's a legit, like, he feels like these people who are friends with him and people who are supposed to be there for him are turning their backs on him. And it is a sad situation to watch. And his heart wasn't into this whole thing. You could just see that. And it is almost like a changing of the guard. This happened to a lot of, senior vets. Like this happened to Coral. And, when a lot of these when the newer casts were coming in, they were coming veterans, and then she was getting kind of booted out. Same with Veronica when she was, on those seasons. You see a lot of these older players kind of get phased out in favor of these new people coming in, which I think is really stupid because it could benefit from these people. I think Wes is an amazing competitor. I think he's an amazing partner and teammate. I think that they really kind of shortchanged him these last few seasons.
See, I disagree a little bit. I think he kind of shortchanged himself. The Wes's reputation isn't just because people always talk smack about him. He's earned a reputation, even though it may not be 100% true all the time. But this game is changing. And I think it's shocking that Wes has made it this far, that he's still viable, that he's still good for TV. That's a lot of his personality, and he's still able to keep up physically. But he does have a track record. It goes a long time. People think they already know everything they need to know about him. And for some reason, he's not as affable as much as CT, who's kind of reinvented himself into this elder statesman role and kind of a mentor, which I think is probably one of the better routes for him to go. But we just, we just got to see.
Okay, before we close out on like talking about Wes and everything like that, I just anybody listening to this like live or gonna listen to it later, or you guys right here, Wes is adapting with the times. I'm gonna say he's not like behind the times. Wes just made a final on his return back on World of the Worlds. Like Wes would have made a final if Josh and Team USA didn't backstab their own team. Like Wes was working with Bananas. Wes would have made a final if he didn't want to go in against Bananas in that elimination. He guarantee would have made a final if he would have just waited and let Bananas have that elimination, or vice versa. Like Wes isn't out of this. It's just he's every season has been targeted episode 1 that he's ever been on. There's never been a time that he's not, maybe outside of Rivals 2, but that's because they were scared of CT. But he's constantly targeted every season. And so I think it wears on you.
I think recently he's gotten in his own way.
I mean,
in a lot of ways.
Here's also another thing. World of the Worlds 1, he took Hunter under his arm, mentored him. Hunter made a final, looked really good in that. Later on, he takes Cory and Nelson under his wing. They do really well. Cory makes a final, does really well. Like guys that he mentors do well. So he is taking this mentor role, but he still plays the political because, you know, once you've had candy once, you want to go back and taste it again. Like you're not just gonna be like, I had it, I'm good. No, he's gonna keep trying to get more candy. That's just what he's doing.
That's the thing with Wes though. Wes, that was World Wars 1 was his first season back, so no one really knew where his gameplay was. Now this is what, his 5th season in a row, right? No, 4th. So like his gameplay is getting to people now. The rookies know where he's at. TYB are starting to understand that he's back, maybe not back to his ways, but he's still the same old Wes. That's why I think a season off is good for Wes. Regroup, take season off, find maybe new rookies he can align with, make someone else be an number 1 day 1, and then come back, do your thing. And I think that's why Bananas took this season off too, because if he came back, he would have been gone first episode. He would have been target number 1.
Plus, it's smart for everybody to try to get Wes out. TYB would have been in a much better position if they would have made a deal with Wes. But the longer that Wes is in, Wes is going to pull more people to his side. It's going to fuck them up in the long run. I think they kind of know that. I think they kind of know if we don't get this guy out ASAP, we lose. We all lose.
I think TYB is stupid because they don't realize they're at the bottom of this Big Brother totem pole.
Oh,
and they think that they swear they're at the top.
You want my prediction how the rest of the season is going to go? Is that like I already said it. I said it preseason. Is that right when we saw Cam, Leroy, CT, all these guys are going to wear themselves too thin, and all these rookies, Big Brother, outsiders are going to make it longer in this game because eventually when there's no champs left, well, who do you get now? The vets that have been there forever.
So
that's
Tyler,
what's gonna happen.
So I think me and you are the only 2 out of the 4 that don't know spoilers. So who do you think? Yeah, neither do I. So who do you think wins this season based on your thing?
I think it's going to be a rookie. I think there's going to be a rookie one on either. I don't know how the final's going to play out. I feel like there's going to be a male and female winner is what I think.
Well, I'm assuming a partner winner. Yeah. Like
I think one of the winners will be a rookie. I really do. I think we haven't had a rookie winner in quite some time. And I think we're going to finally have one where the format doesn't force a rookie winner. I'm trying to say, but that's just me. I'm not going to say a person, but as we get closer, but we can keep moving.
I know the answer.
I'm drilling too long.
Too early to tell. Let's go ahead and talk about the change up. Devin gets the win. He grabs Tori. Cory gets Natalie.
I think Cory definitely got the better upgrade.
Cory,
they both upgraded.
Tori is a hardened vet. She's been doing this for a while. She is solid, and her and Devin got some history. And guess what? Devin may be able to turn an enemy into a friend, even on the short term. It buys him a little bit of protection, just a little bit for people who's not going to go vote against Tori.
I don't know though.
It buys him a little bit.
Well, I don't know. What wasn't it? Liv, who's like, I was expecting her to be stronger. She's not as
what
strong
is Liv
as I
gonna
thought
do?
she was.
What is Liv going to do? Grab Big T and take her out? Like, come on. It buys him a little bit of protection, and he needs that right now.
I don't know though.
And Cory, he gets somebody new, but Natalie's a beast.
Natalie is scary. Like, I think she's gonna really make some waves.
If Devin takes Natalie, they're the first team to both have gold skulls. I think that puts them in a good position to just not really maneuver the house, but to kind of lay low in a bit because they both don't have numbers. So if they both have gold skulls, they can just lay low under the radar, maybe win a challenge here or there, and that's it. Because they won't be really targeted as much, I feel like.
Tyler looks ready. Go ahead.
Go, Tyler.
Antonio pointed out a very terrible take because Jay had 2 gold skulls, or 2 red skulls, and went in a third time anyways.
Okay, but that was different. Last season, there was an unlimited amount. This season, there's only 4.
You didn't know that?
Yes, there's only 8. No, 10.
There's 10, but there could have only been 10 last time. But anyways, I'm gonna play a game for you guys. This is my personal.
Like watching basketball.
Okay.
All right.
I got 4 names here. Okay. I got Devin, Natalie, Tori, Cory. Okay. So Devin.
Oh wow, really?
Devin, I think upgraded his partner. Now, I think Nicole and Tori bring a lot of the same things. While Nicole might be stronger than Tori, Tori's more mentally prepared for this game.
But they're rivals, though.
Better in puzzles. They're not rivals. The whole thing from Second Chances literally was just for the show to have some type of drama because it wasn't that great of a show. I watched it. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't. It was forced.
Wait, but Devin literally.
I've never seen any of that.
But Devin literally picked
Let
the
him
partner.
finish.
He wanted to vote in, though.
Let him finish.
No, he wanted to vote in Cory, not Tori. It was a guy's elimination. It's a solo game.
We didn't know that.
All right, Tori.
We can see the writers on the wall.
Tori gets an upgrade, in my opinion. She gets a smarter player who, in my opinion, can help win dailies better than Cory. I don't think Cory's a good daily performer. I think he's overhyped. Okay.
He's mid.
Cory also got an upgrade. I think Natalie is better than Tori in every single way. And Natalie, I think, got a downgrade.
Well, I mean, she has no partner, so considering, I think she got an upgrade.
I don't hate Cory, but
I don't hate Cory either.
But she got a downgrade. She got a downgrade, and Wes is better than Cory in every single component of the game outside of having younger people in his alliance. It's the only thing Cory does better than Wes at this point.
I mean, if you I would consider an upgrade because of number-wise.
Becky,
Wait,
care to share your take?
I kind of agree with Tyler. I think that Tori upgraded. I think that Devin. I think Devin and Tori are. Tori's a little bit more physical, where Devin is more mental. And I think together they're going to be a good team. And I can tell you that Cory really upgraded with Natalie because she is amazing. I think she's one of the better overall competitors, mentally, physically. I think she really has the ability to be a number one kind of elite player. So I have high hopes for Natalie. I hope she lives up to them. And I mean, I think she downgraded with Cory. I'll be honest. Cory is not the best at a lot of things. He's okay, but he's not the best and nowhere near as good as Wes.
Well, Jack over here in the chat said something really impressive. He said, Cory holds the record for the most consecutive daily wins. But go off. Tyler, care to answer back?
What season was that?
No, I think he's talking about last season when Cory was in he was one of the 3 safe people because he won some team dailies and he won some pair dailies. And, you know, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, people are getting better at time and you can say what you want, but I still think Cory's overall gameplay, he's not that strong at dailies. Sure, he can hold a record. Okay, Darrell holds a record for four straight finals wins, and he hasn't been to a final in the past 12 years. So, like, what are we gonna? I get it. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Jack. But it's not. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think he's that great at dailies. I think he chokes in a lot of high pressure situations, and I think when people let him win dailies, as kind of like some people have done in the past, I think he gets farther. But it's because of his alliance. So maybe we got to give him credit for that.
All right, guys.
Oh, Bloodlines. Those are all teams. Get out. Get out of here. Okay, first of all.
I think last season on World of Worlds 2, you can just say how Team US just destroyed.
No, he didn't do that great.
Oh my God. Go back to Gauntlet 3 where the vets literally won 99% of everything.
Like everything.
Get out of here.
All right.
Teams.
Before we get out of here, we would love to hear some questions for you guys. While you guys are getting that together, let's go ahead and jump into Tyler's top 5. Tyler, who won today's episode? Who's the top 5? No particular order, but who are the winners of
There's
this
only
episode?
one right answer.
I think Cam had a great episode. I think CT had a great episode.
Okay.
I think Kaycee actually had a really good episode. Obviously, winning the daily, getting the power, but also I think
fuck that. Close the stove.
But here's the thing: we saw that she's kind of like friends with CT also there too. Like her game is better than we're giving her credit for. So yeah, so CT, Kaycee, Cam, Devin. I don't want to put him in there. Probably Leroy. I have to give it because Leroy won the daily. It's slim. Leroy got out one of the guys that are better than him at finals. So maybe we got to say that. I think Devin had the best episode. Yeah. This whole thing was kind of written as if Devin was going home at first, I thought, but then it started to turn. But you can say no, but I think Devin had a great episode, in my opinion.
There's one name I think you forgot. Kyle.
Kyle had a great first.
Kyle is the reason. No,
he
had a great episode.
He had a good.
Kyle is the reason why every single event happened this episode.
Kyle had a good beginning of the episode. I didn't even see him at the second half.
Block, and we haven't heard back from him.
I'm gonna say, but the whole sequence of events this episode took was because of Kyle.
No,
things don't happen.
It was because Fessy opened his mouth and he should have kept it shut.
But that was because of Kyle. Kyle lied.
All right, guys, let's take a couple of questions. This one from Robert. Rob, what's good? He said, who do y'all think are the top 3 teams currently? Also, are you upset with production for bringing Darrell and Teresa back and not giving them any camera time? I'm going to say that I'm not upset with Darrell and Teresa not getting camera time. They're just not getting camera time right now. I don't know how Teresa's going to fail because she's been gone for a while, but I think Darrell is definitely going to get his time to shine.
I mean, also the rookies haven't gotten a lot of camera time. Like, I forgot there was 2 Ambers this season. I was watching this. It's like, oh my God, there's 2 of them.
Oh my God, there's teams. 2 of them. The way you said that. Like, why do you hate women?
I know. I'm just saying. I didn't realize there was 2 Ambers this season.
All right. Top 3 teams.
Top 3 teams. Fuck. I got to think. Who the fuck are the teams? I don't even know.
Do off the teams that you remember.
You're so good at podcasting. You think about it for a while. Becky, 3 favorite teams. Jesus. Get it together, Antonio.
Are we talking favorite teams or teams that I think are at the top?
Who do you think are the 3 best teams?
I got to give it to Kyle and Cam.
Okay.
Leroy and Kaycee are strong. And as much as I hate to say it, Fessy and Anissa are strong. Mostly because of Fessy, but Anissa gets attached to it because of who she's with.
I don't even know.
All right.
Okay.
And Tyler.
Fuck.
I really just like watching Antonio like really struggling.
He's struggling right now.
He's like, I know teams.
Watch the show.
I did, but like I'm trying to remember these teams. Too many of them.
I think Cam and Kyle are a top team. I think Lolo and Nam are a top team.
Oh, I forgot about them.
And for like a third team, I don't have a third team because I feel like it's just a lot of like clutter. Like you could put Leroy and Kaycee there just because they're both physically strong, but then how well they're going to do in puzzles. Like I think those 2 teams right now are like my top 2 teams that I think can do well in all aspects of the game going forward. But there's a lot of standouts everywhere else, but there's just too many holes in everybody else's game. I actually really do like this pair of Devin and Cory really well. That's just...
I like it too. It's almost limitless where that team can go. All right, next question.
Wait, those are the answer. I can't.
No, you should. No.
No, I know my teams now. I have one question now. Wait, real quick. Wait, who is Teresa's partner?
Jay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, next question is from D Link. Yo, Demetrius, we're shaking. He says, would you rather season 37 be a battle of the seasons or Rival 4 format? I know that we all love the Rivals. They have made some of the greatest seasons, but guess what? We've seen it. Let's do something new. We can always bring Rivals 4 back later on, but I'm still not 100% on the skull thing yet, but I'm down to see something new. So I'm gonna say neither. I'm always down for something new.
I mean, Battle of the Seasons should be fun. I feel like, I don't think like challenge wise, like vet wise, like real world seasons. I don't think you can go into specific seasons because there's just not that many of them anymore. So I guess you might have to do like a few challenge general teams and just do like Big Brother seasons and Survivor seasons and other shows, I guess, and maybe just like a random team because I just don't think you can do that. But other than that, I would love to see an ally season next year. I think that's a season the fans have been asking for.
That
So-
or a couple season. It's been a while.
Well, yeah,
since we
allies,
got
couples, yeah.
Axis. I'd be down to see something like that. We
A
got lot
season
of
where
cool
alliance
Axis.
members can work together. I just think that just brings entertainment, and that's what I think that's what fans have been asking for. So just give it to us already.
Okay, and Becky.
I like the idea of an allies / couples season. I think that we have enough kind of couples within the challenge place that would be able to work out, but it might work better as an allies type of a format. Either that, honestly, I'm kind of interested in seeing how they would work in X's season, because we have a lot of intermingling going on
These
here.
are facts. Tyler.
I would prefer a Battle of the Seasons season. Now, I think Battle of the Seasons 2012 is a really good season. A lot of people don't like it. It's an unpopular opinion. But it actually works out because Big Brother players play scared games and they like to gang up on people. And we see that with a lot of Team UK. They like to play gang up games. And I think I'm not mad. I'm just saying that format would benefit them very well. Here's the thing. If Wes or Bananas are not on the season, you can't do a Rivals 4. Because they hold the biggest rivals of. I'm not saying those two would be a team, but I'm just saying those two have so many different direct lines of rivalries that losing them just damages the show and like the credibility. It cheapens it, and it kind of forced it. And I don't think an X's would be good personally. I think X's is the worst format they've done ever since X's won.
I like X's though. It's fun.
You like it, but it's they're X's. No, Nia just gave Leroy a BJ. That's all it is. They're not X's. Like he gave her.
They do include hookups and alleged hookups.
He got 5 on it, and that's all it was. That's all it is. Okay. Like,
he did not just say he got 5 on it.
So,
wow.
My opinion is that is just it. Season would be good in my opinion. I think Allies is great. And I've been such that forever. Ooh, Kevin had a good one about 2 male eliminations in a row. I predicted that last week.
Well, I just think it was because Nicole was hurt. I think if Nicole's there,
I think it was just the way it had to go. What were they going to do? Bypass a whole elimination?
They've done it.
Considering Hall Bros next week, I think that next week's supposed to be guys, this week's supposed to be females, but because Nicole wasn't there, they just had to just change up the order.
All right. Last question from my man Irvin. Do you guys think the skull format should be the norm going forward? No.
Yes and no.
I do like the skull format. I don't think it's bad. I think we should have it for a couple of seasons and then let's go on and find something new. This skull format has changed the game immensely where now you have to go into elimination. It's different. I accept it. I'm not rallying against it, but I wouldn't want to see it in every single season going forward. Tyler.
No, you guys go ahead because I have something else I'm gonna add to that.
Okay.
That's what
Antonio.
I do. So with the skull format, I like it in a way because I feel like when you win a season, it's nice to have like a good perfect season. You want elimination, you want a final, awesome. But I do think each season they have to like add a twist to the gold skull. Like last season, and you just win elimination. This season, there's only 10. Next season, maybe it's like, you know what? It's like I don't know how they're gonna play late this season, but maybe like the item, it's like keys instead of gold skulls. You win a daily challenge and you win an elimination, and then if you win both, you take someone's away, something like that. It'll just keep it changing. If it's a constant number, it's just gonna throw it all. It'll get old really fast.
Becky.
I like the concept. I don't like it as a long-term thing because very similar to what you guys say. I think it would just get boring and very stagnant, where people would be like, okay, I already know what I'm going to have to do. I mean, it does go against everything that they would always say for years. I mean, I don't want to see you on this elimination floor. You need to start winning so you don't see this. So it's definitely a change up. And I think a lot of the older statesmen of the challenge are having difficulties with it. Hence why they keep backing out of going into eliminations. Unless you're Fessy, because that was sincerely a punk move. But nonetheless, I think they need different twists. I think this is going to get really old. I still think that they should. I think they need to do eliminations differently. But
I agree. And that's where I come in, because I think the show has had one major flaw that it has never fixed. And I think that it could fix it, and it would liven up the show. It'd make it less predictable, and it would force people to not skate by. Now, this whole thing of you need to go into elimination to get into a final, great. What I think they should do is once you win an elimination, you don't go back in until everybody left has went into an elimination. So let's say you got 16 guys and 16 girls. Well, they once they win, the next 8 advance to the second round, then those 8 go into eliminations. And then the final 4 left, that's who's in the final. Then when you get to a final, you have 4 girls who have won 2 eliminations, 4 guys who have won 2 eliminations. Nobody skates by. And if you win the very first elimination, you get a break for a while.
So that's kind of like what they did on Invasions with the rookies, like on the first island that they were on.
Yes.
Is what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. See, I think that makes a lot of sense, but I still think if that's the normal way to do it, it will just get old very fast. They just had to.
You got to change it up. You got to
every season has to be different. You can't just go into the same. If you see the back-to-back thing, same seasons, it's gonna just get old. Just change it up. Be new. I don't know. It's tough.
I get what you're saying. Well, that's been one hell of an episode, one hell of a live. Love kicking it with you guys. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys. Thank you for interacting with us, talking with us. Love it so much. Make sure you visit shopthechallenge.com for all of your custom challenge gear. Make sure you visit shop.lwcpodcast.com and pick up all of your LWC challenge shirts and magnets and all the other stuff we got. That's going to do it for us. Bananas. Close us out.
All right. Another great episode, Podstars. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to stay updated by following us on Twitter and Instagram at LWC Podcast. Join us up on Facebook at facebook.com/LoveWarChallenges. Join our discussions on Reddit under the challenge subreddit at LWC Podcast. Also, check out our website at lwcpodcast.com. Make sure when you listen to us on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and YouTube, give us 5 stars, give us a great review, and most importantly, subscribe. Happy holidays and peace.
Merry Christmas.
Bye. Merry Chrysler.
This is a dirty game, bro. And what I've always said is all is fair in love, war, and challenges, 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 and challenges.